Good evening. Hello? Oh my gosh. Why am I so bad at this? Mm. Okay, I'm gonna shut this down and go back to the Slack then. I guess I'm not understanding what's going on here. I should be able to hear you all talking. I've done this before, so I don't know what's going on here. I'll just jump back to the old Hangout. Let's see if that still works. Hey. Okay, there's a link in Slack I need you guys to click on. Yeah, there's a second Hangouts one that will take you to the live broadcast. Bye. Oh my gosh. I was saying switch over and then I got cut off.
Oh, okay. There we go.
Hello.
Hi.
Ooh.
Kyle in his clean living room with his immaculate beard. Okay, we do have viewers, so we should tighten up a little bit.
Okay. Hi, viewers.
We have all 2 viewers. I don't know how they found me since I haven't displayed it. That's fine. Okay, I'm gonna run over to Twitter real quick, and then we'll get this game started.
Sweet.
Twitter on the project page, which I'm sure someone's already gotten.
Sweet.
My machine is slow running all these things at the same time, so this is gonna be fun to watch.
Are the 2 viewers me and Carol?
It probably is.
No, they were on. They were on. There was actually 3 a moment ago. So sorry about this, viewers. I haven't done a broadcast in about a year.
We can look at Patrick's hand when we're playing.
Oh yeah, that's true. You can totally do that. And since I'm playing the Vagabond, not a huge deal.
Yeah, right. I just saw the ambush and I'm like, doesn't see that yet.
Oh yeah, that actually could hurt me.
Yeah.
I need to learn how to spell broadcasting. Okay. Oh, I forgot to put the hashtag on, of course. I'm also excited to hit send that I don't,
Well, we have 240 characters now. There's no excuse.
There's no excuse anymore.
280.
Yeah. Oh, sorry, 280. I'm sorry.
Except
I don't know.
Except for Pixel Boat.
It's 15.
That's 15. That was the best response.
All right.
Okay, and then I'm going to run over to the project page, and then I'll be ready to get this game rolling.
Great.
We are broadcasting a game here.
Are you commenting that, or?
I'm going to comment it, yeah.
Okay.
We're broadcasting live here, A Game of Root. Okay. So, let me see how the lobby's looking. We're still waiting for Cole to join the stream. Apparently his machine is having trouble running all this stuff. So, real quick for the viewers, this is Root. You can see into my hand. It's at the bottom of the screen. That's just an artifact of Tabletop Simulator. I actually kind of like this feature because now you can see your hand while you're scrolling around the table. Yep. Looks like Cole's on.
He's arrived.
Or sounds like it, I should say. Okay. Robot mode activated.
Yeah.
Okay. So we are currently live. So okay. All right. So I was just going to give a quick overview of the game. This is the board. It is made up of 13 clearings, excuse me. There are 4 yellow, 4 orange, 4 red. The red ones are associated with the fox. The orange are with the mouse, and the yellow with the rabbit. And then there's a special clearing up here for the cat's keep.
My castle.
Yeah, your castle. Yeah, the cats have invaded the forest, and so they have a piece in every space already. They also have a sawmill up here, a recruiter who is upside down, and a workshop. The area has started out down here. They have 6 hawks on the board, and there is a single roost here. And the Woodland Alliance has a hideout here with a single mouse warrior on the board. The Alliance meeples look different. It is just for decoration. They all fight the same. And then I also have my pawn, which is got offed over to here, who is going to start here. That is not, doesn't have to be where they start, but is where I usually start. And I'll put my little trackers on the scoreboard. So real quick overview, the game ends at 40 when a player scores 40 points. I don't have a pawn on the score track. Let me grab that real quick. I'm actually gonna make my pawn a little bit larger too, so because he's getting lost in the woods. The cat player will build every time the cat player builds a building. Did we find a moderator, by the way? Because I'm not seeing any questions if there are any.
I'm not seeing any yet.
Not yet.
Okay. Okay. So if you want to ask a question, send a question to Kyle Farron on Twitter. I guess that's how we're gonna have to do it.
that works. Or let's see. Where do you have the link of where we're streaming on YouTube? I could just watch the chat on my phone.
Yeah. You just go to my tweet about it.
Oh,
and click on that. Yeah.
I got it.
Okay.
I
So
wonder if
every
you can
time
see the stream though.
every time the Marquis the Cat player puts a building on the board, so for instance, if you built that sawmill, he uncovers these 2 points and he'd score 2 points at that moment. It's just a quick overview. The Erie player scores points at the end of each turn based on how many roosts they have in play. So currently, Carol, who's playing the Erie, will get 2 points a turn. Once she builds her second roost, she'll get 3 points a turn, and so on. These are in nerd order. You want to pick your leader also, Carol. Cole, the developer or the designer, excuse me, of Root, will be playing the Woodland Alliance. The Woodland Alliance will score points by completing conspiracies down in this track down here. We'll explain that more as those cards come into play. They don't do it until usually turn 2 or 3, and we'll show those. And that mouse is up to something. Okay, and the Vagabond will score points by manipulating the relationships with the other players on the board, which is this tract here, and exploring ruins and killing a lot of pieces or giving away a lot of cards. So,
okay, I have the chat up, Patrick.
Yeah. Yeah.
Jazzy Josh says, for your information, Patrick, the video from Tabletop Simulator is pretty choppy. So,
Okay.
slow, deliberate movements.
Okay. Thank you, whoever that was. Okay. Yeah, and I do tend to jump around. So I'm just gonna go ahead and center on the board then, like so. And
I won't. You might want to stream lock the chat so it's just showing your screen. So
I am doing that.
Okay.
Oh, I haven't done. Yeah, I haven't done that.
Right. It's showing my cute face every time I talk.
How about? Is this locked now? Is it locked now?
There's going to be a little bit
like
of a delay,
lagged, yeah.
But yes.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. So let's go ahead and start. Kyle, let me introduce everybody. Kyle Farron here is the illustrator. He's playing the Marquis de Cat. Carol Tan is works as a customer service person for Leader Games, and she answers your emails. And she has graciously blessed us with her evening tonight, and we'll be playing the Erie. Cole Worley is the designer of Root, and he is going to be playing the Woodland Alliance. And I'm publisher developer Patrick Leader, and I will be playing the Vagabond.
And I will be keeping my microphone off because I'm a very loud fan.
Because he sounds like a robot.
We have one question about the Vagabond's quests.
Yes.
I think we're going to get to that when we get to the Vagabond's turn.
Yep.
So
that's fine.
We won't forget.
So at the beginning of the Marquis turn, the Marquis puts a wood down where there was a sawmill, 1 per sawmill. The wood can be spent to construct new buildings, and then the Marquis player gets 3 actions a turn.
Yes. So now I'm going to go to my board and do just that.
You can also,
okay.
Carol and Kyle could help the. You could mute your camera. That would probably help the.
Yes.
Stream.
Yep. I just did that. So. So the first thing I do for my bird song, which is the beginning of my turn, I'm going to place 1 wood at each sawmill. I put my sawmill on my keep there, so there's my 1 wood. Now I move into the daylight phase where I have 3 actions. That's what the torch symbol means. I can also play bird cards, which are like wild cards, to give myself more actions. So that actions I can battle, recruit, build, or incite mob. Really, in this first turn, what I'm mostly going to be doing is trying to build, recruit, and possibly move. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to recruit. So I do that by placing a warrior at each recruiter. Right now I just have the one I started with, so I'll put another cat on that clearing there. And then that increases the alliance player's outrage. So,
yep. So I'll scroll down to the alliance player's board. He has a little outrage track here. Every time the cats recruit, the alliance gets more frustrated, and that will give them bonuses later in the game.
Okay, and then the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to build. I'm going to use this wood, and I can build a building in any connected clearing that I rule. And so rule is just determined by the most pieces on a clearing, I think. So I pretty much have most of the board at the beginning of the game because that's just how the cats do. So I'm going to put another sawmill, actually, down here in this clearing. So I can draw a line through my ruled clearings there, and I'm just going to build that. So that you can see on my board, removing that gives me 2 victory points. So I'm going to move myself to the number 2 there. And then I think, let's see, I think that's it, right? Because I built.
He's taking 3 actions.
Well, let's see. Did I? Because I built, I recruited.
You can move once if you want.
Yes, I'm going to do that. So I'm going to move my cat warrior out of my clearing, actually down to my recruiter.
Sounds good.
Still. So
the cat player, the sawmills produce lumber, the recruiters produce characters or warriors, and the workshops produce craft, which we'll show when it comes up.
So my evening thing is that all players draw their income and then discard down to their hand limit. So my hand limit is 5. My income is how many of these little coiny things I have on my board. So I think I'm just going to get 1, right?
Yep, you're going to get 1. Carol will get 1.
Okay,
Alliance will get 1. And the Vagabond will get 1.
And then, okay. There we go. Did I do that right? We good?
Yeah, looks good.
Okay.
So
I'm done.
Players watching my hand, I just got the bank card. Okay. Any questions?
Somebody made a D4 joke in the chat.
Oh boy. All right. So Carol is playing the Eerie. The Eerie at the beginning of the game, they choose a ruler. That's what this piece is here that says charismatic, or this card here that says charismatic, which puts her vizier into recruitment, which so your vizier is in the wrong spot. And I'll just pop that over for you. Yeah. And then into movement. So, all right. So the viziers, the Eerie has kind of a programmed turn. So right now, if Carol were to take her turn, she would place a recruit down and then she'd move once. Right now, though, during Birdsong, she gets to add 1 card to her decree. So she'll take a card out of her hand and throw it down into the decree. She can add 1 blue card or any 2 other cards.
So I will add 1 bird card. So I'm going to put it here into battle.
Yeah, sorry, I say blue. It is a bird card, yes.
So I am,
so then Carol gets 1 recruit in any clearing with a roost, which she will do. There's 1 roost in play right now, which is right here.
Yep, right here.
Then she can move from 1 clearing to another.
So I'm going to be taking a group to this 1 clearing here.
Now I remember I was going to get my cat out of your homeland there.
Yeah, that'd have been a good move. I almost suggested it, but I'm a jerk.
Hey.
All right, so I'm only moving the 3, which will now be a battle.
Yeah, and then she's going to battle.
Yes.
So when you battle, you roll 2 dice. The dice are numbered 0, 1, 2, 3. And the numbers are repeated 3 times. Carol's going to roll both. Since she's the attacker, she'll take the high result, and the defender will take the low result. We forgot to mention you could have retreated. Do you want to retreat before we look at the dice, Kyle?
Nah.
Okay.
Let's fight.
Let's fight. Okay. So the high roll was 0, it looks like? I can't see the...
No, 2.
2. There's a hand over it. Okay. So Carol inflicts 2 hits on the cats. Obviously, they can only take 1 because there's only 1 piece there.
Yeah.
You do whichever's lower, the die roll or the number of warriors they have in the space. So since Carol had 3, she was able to do 2 hits with her die. Had there been a 1 on the other die, then Kyle would have inflicted 1 hit back.
Yep. I have a special thing where when my cats die, I have field hospitals, so it lets me discard a card and just put the cat at my keep instead of discarding it. So I'm going to do that right now. Wow.
Okay. Oh, can someone announce on Facebook, the Facebook group, that we're doing this too? I always space Facebook. All right.
Facebook.
Facebook, yes. And then at the end of the turn, Carol then scores 2 victory points because she has 2 recent play. So now it is the Woodland Alliance turn. If the when the Alliance plays cards down here, those are called conspiracies. And there's a conspiracy for each color of hideout. And there's 1 hideout on the board right now. He has the red hideout in play. So he collects all those cards back into his hand. He then... Yeah, go ahead.
I was going to say, so I'm going to, as an example, spend this Visit to Friends, which costs 0 supporters. And it allows me to make a movement, which I will not make, and also score a victory point. So, move my little victory point guy up. And then I'm going to educate this bird. So I'm going to discard this bird card from my hand. And I gain a supporter in any clearing type, and I'm going to gain a fox supporter. And that will be the end of my turn.
Educate this bird sounds like slang. I'm going to educate this bird.
That's up to the players to decide.
I'm the Vagabond, and specifically I'm playing Roger the Raccoon this game. I'll blow up his card there. So I start with a boot, 2 torches, which are how many actions I get per turn, and 1 sword, which is how many warriors I count as. As Roger, I can also steal from other players easier, since that's kind of the Vagabond's wheelhouse. I represent 1. I'm just 1 guy on the board. I'm not a warrior, so I can never rule a clearing. And that's pretty much me. To score points, I need to control these relationships. So if I steal a card from a player, I'll score a point and move. Like for instance, if I stole it from the cat, I'd move down this way. And as I kill warriors, I move down here until I get to hated. Or I can give them cards and help them. And we'll look at my hand real quick. You guys should plug your ears because I'm going to talk about my hand for a minute. Just kidding. Just taking a look here real quick. Okay, I know what I'm going to do. All right, yeah, blindfold. Okay, so during Birdsong, the Vagabond can slip 1 space. So I'm going to go ahead and slip into this clearing. Actually, I'm going to slip into here. I'll depart from my standard play a little bit. I am going to give to the Marquise, which is a free action, this card. So I'm just going to throw it down on their board. I move my relationship with the Marquise up 1 step. And I get a point because I passed this point marker. And then with my first action, so it's daylight, I can now spend my actions. I'm going to explore this ruin. These are going to be marked as ruins later. Sorry, I have to move around so much during my turn, people watching. So that gives me a boot. Actually, why don't someone else manipulate the pieces for me? And I used one of my actions, so I'll move that to exhausted. I will then, and I get a point for exploring a ruin. The other impact of exploring ruins is you can only put as many buildings on the board as these little squares. And so by exploring ruins, I'm opening up new places for people to build. So I'm going to move to here with my second boot, the one I just acquired. Oh, because if I acquire it, it's exhausted, right? Yeah, but I still have a boot because I slipped. Okay. I'll move here with my boot. The boot I got was exhausted. I'll spend a torch, and I'll pick up this piece here, which is another sword, which is good. All right, and then I score a point for exploring that ruin. And that is the Vagabond's turn. Go ahead. Go ahead, Cat. Second round.
Marquise time. Okay, I'm going to place 1 wood at each sawmill. So right now I have 1 right here. And oh, I did. I built 1 more sawmill. I forgot where I put that.
Thank you, Carol.
They're over here. All right. And so let's do let's do some crafting. Does crafting cost an action, or just cards?
No, discuss the cards. So I was just logging into YouTube to see the questions. So what crafting is if you people watching, if you look at my card that I'm holding up, the card has one fox on it. So for instance, if I had an anvil while I was standing in or a hammer while I was standing in a red clearing, I could craft this item. And so for that's in the upper left. So it says in the upper right it says one fox and then anvil. So Kyle's looking at his cards, and his workshop is in a yellow clearing. So if he has a yellow clearing, a craft from a yellow clearing, he can place that. So go ahead and play it.
I'm going to do that right now so you can see it. I'm just going to put that right there so you can show everybody the card.
Yep. So he's building travel gear. He'll score a point for
so I have a
crafting
workshop and a bunny there, bunny clearing. So I score a victory point. So I'll move my guy in. I'll get to him in a second.
Yeah, I can take care of it.
Okay. Move my guy 1 victory point. I discard this card, and I get one of these boot thingies. And
now later, if I trade with him, I can trade for that boot and take the boot as my own.
Yeah, so I don't actually use the boot. Those are my kind of bargaining chips for vagabond times. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to move. I can move 1 or 2 of my guys there. I'm going to move 2 of them into this alliance clearing. And then I'm actually going to battle with this mouse warrior. So I'm going to take these 2 dice, I guess, right? And roll them.
Yep.
Womp. And it looks like the high result is a 2. And I have 3 guys there, so I can do 2. And the low result is a 0. So it doesn't look like the mouse warrior can do much of anything.
So when you inflict hits, Cole now has to remove a mouse warrior because that's one of the hits, and then any other hits have to be inflicted on buildings. So Cole will have to remove his hideout, which is what this building is right here.
Okay.
When a alliance building is removed, the alliance will lose supporters, half the supporters of that suit. So he's going to lose half his red supporters.
I only have 1 guy, so that I can.
Oh, right, that's that. Right, yes. Excuse me, everybody. Yes, go ahead.
But I did 2 hits, right?
Right. So
Yeah.
the first one is ignored. So because I'm hidden, and then I just lose 1 warrior. So my hideout is now exposed. If you battle again, I will lose it.
Okay. Well, I think all I've done is move, battle, and then the crafting was free. So I will try and.
Oh yeah. So pizza detergent on YouTube is suggesting I post the link over in an update. I will do that right now.
Okay.
Thank you. And you also asked about how does the game scale with multiple vagabonds. Fine. we're still working on the interaction between the 2 vagabonds.
Okay, and then I am going to build another recruiter.
Pizza Tiger. Sorry.
Pizza Tiger NT. So I'm going to build
I'm running
another...
a Kickstarter and have a cold.
Okay, so I'm gonna do this, and I'm gonna build another recruiter out here. Is my last thing, and building that recruiter gives me 2 more victory points on 2, and it increases my income. You can see on my board that revealing that increases my income. So. So let's see. So now it's evening time. All players draw their income, and then discard down to their hand limit. So let's see. I'll deal out. So I get 2, I think. Right, 1, 2, and that's still within my hand limit of 5. And then who gets what? Tell me what
I get
you need.
1.
I get
Okay.
1.
Thank you.
And then Cole gets how many? 2.
Cole, I believe, gets 1 still.
Okay. All right. Cool. So
I get 1. Oh,
I
give
gave
me
you 1. Yep. That's the end of my turn.
All right. So Pizza Detergent was also asking about the quests. And hold on, let me finish posting this update. Go ahead, Carol, and start your turn. I'm sorry.
Okay, yeah, no worries.
And so I think questing got it's moved out right now while we're testing, and we're going to work on putting it back in. But currently, we do have the alternate victory conditions, which I'll talk about on my turn.
Okay. So what I did was
I missed the quest because I wrote them.
All right, so all I did was just play a bird card on this last part of my decree, which will then start over here on the left of my decree. So I'm going to be recruiting. Was I supposed to recruit twice because of my leader the last turn?
Yes. Yep.
Okay. So, all right. So that would mean I get 2 followers instead of, or 2 warriors instead of the normal one, right? Right. So now we're gonna do a movement.
Side conversation where Cole tells me some rules.
And let's move. Let's see.
And bear in mind, if you're watching this and you're thinking, "Wow, these guys are moving slow," or the game's moving slow. This is Tabletop Simulator adds a bit of overhead to playtime. And this is Kyle's second of this version, and it's only been 2 turns to the other game, and this is Carol's first game. So,
and I'm doing great. So,
and Kyle is pretty much the best. So, bear that in mind. Carol's pretty awesome too.
Well, because you said Kyle's better than me just a second ago. I'm gonna be putting Kyle right in this brain. So.
Oh, I feel like I incited this.
It was gonna happen anyway. All right, so then we got high 3 and 0.
Oh boy!
So one thing that so what's going on here is Carol now this decree she has to do every turn, or her society goes into turmoil. And by putting wild cards in, which are the blue cards or the bird cards, she's able to give herself a lot of flexibility during the turn, but she won't grow as quickly. So right now she is forced to battle. She's obliged to battle. If she couldn't have battled, then she would go into turmoil. So she's actually forced to attack.
Sorry, just putting cards on the table there. So I lost my cat, but then I also lost my sawmill, right?
Yeah.
You can choose to lose your sawmill or the wood. And whenever a non-warrior piece is killed, the player that killed it gets a victory point.
Okay, but she did 3 hits. So would I have to lose the sawmill and the wood?
Correct. And Carol will get 2 victory points.
What happens to What happens to my sawmill?
It goes back on your player board.
It goes back on your player board,
so
and you can rebuild it.
Cheap. It's a cheap sawmill now. You've just gained.
That's true. Okay, but I really wanted that wood, Carol. And you'll be hearing from my warriors.
I'm sure it won't be the last one.
This is what you get for building on the frontier.
All right, so
yeah, that was kind of a weird move, Kyle. I don't know about you.
I get to put a roost now.
I'm learning.
Thank you.
Okay.
Can we get her despite what just happened?
Allow me.
Thank you. All right, and that would give me 3 points at the end of in the evening phase for me, since it's I just removed a forgot what you call it, but I moved it to the board. Yes, thank you, a roost.
You get 3 points now. Yep.
So now I get 3 points.
Meeple
so
for hire
for this turn.
Meeple for hire in the chat says, "Is Colin a Cessna?"
Cole, we need to talk about your time management skills.
my guess earlier was electric razor. So
Yeah.
That's not sound cooler.
And you should have. Did you give yourself 2 points, Carol, for killing the sawmill and the?
I did not.
All right, you should.
I should do that now.
Oh my gosh.
So
Right.
Carol's getting very, very scary. So we have to deal with it.
Eagles are OP.
All right, so turn. One thing I forgot to do at the end of my last turn was to add new warrior onto every one of my. And so the first thing that I do is collect my conspiracy back into my hand, and then I am going to build some hideouts. I'm going to build a little hideout right next to Carol, I think.
My brother just told me I'm watching on YouTube. Don't F up. Thanks, Howard.
Okay, so my hideouts cost 2, and I'm gonna put it right here. And when I build a hideout, it comes with a guy.
Bonus.
I'm just gonna sit here. Don't mind me at all.
I don't know if I covered this correctly, but earlier. But when there's only one Woodland Alliance warrior in a space, they're hidden, and they take 2 hits to kill.
Right, which is, it can be a big deal on this game.
Just a review for.
Okay, so now in that card slot, since I built the hideout, I can play a card. I'm going to use that Visit of Friends again, and this again, like the cards that I spend, I can keep using them over and over again as long as they're destroyed. I'm not going to move, but I will just take.
Visiting Friends takes 0 support to play, so you can play without spending any supporters. If he had, for instance, I'm going to hold up a card from my hand. If he had played Workday, he would take him 3 supporters off of his board, which is these fellows right here, to be able to play that Workday card.
Yep. Okay. Now
Visit
I'm
to
also
Friends is
going to
kinda
play. Yeah, I'm going to play Stand and Deliver, which costs 1 supporter. Hold on a second.
Yeah, we might need to talk about this placement here.
Ugh. I'm trying. Okay. I'm dealing with some funny gravity here in the tabletop simulator world. Okay, so I'm playing Stand and Deliver. This costs 1 Fox supporter to play. Stealing a random card from you. And it's going to be this one.
So Kyle needs to give you a random card.
Oh, God. I'm showing it. Oh, I stole a random card from you.
Dang it.
Because I played Stand and Deliver.
Okay.
And then I'm going to immediately card that card.
Yeah, sorry, folks that are watching. I'm amazed as I'm sitting right next to my router. I guess I could plug a line in to get it clear.
Yeah. So, well, here, let me just narrate what I just did. So I played this Conspiracy Stand and Deliver. It cost me 1 supporter to play. And I stole a card at the Fox clearing here because Kyle is local. Intimidated his little patrollers and stole a card from him. Now, the card I stole, I decided to immediately spend it as an educate. So I got a Fox back. And this card is one of the 4 special victory cards. A little differently, when they get spent, they don't go back into the discard. They're just going to sit on the side of the board where they can be bought by any player by playing a card of the same suit. And if on your turn you choose to play one of these cards for its special victory condition, you take your score pawn off the score track, and now you can only win the game if you complete the condition on the card.
He's talking about this card.
Meeple for Hire.
He's talking about
This is a nice zoom level.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. So this is the Chaos Victory card he was just talking about. I also had one in my hand, so I was going to talk about it on my turn, but that's fine. Okay. Yep. I will zoom back. Meeple for Hire. Okay. So someone can exhaust my pieces for me. I've readied all my pieces. And I'm going to start my turn if you're done.
Yeah, I am going to get.
Anybody craft list?
Yes,
you
I
crafted
did.
last turn. Look at you.
I crafted a boot.
Yep.
Okay, so I'm going to use my slip to into here during Birdsong. So while everyone's asleep, I'm going to move in. I'm going to say hello to Carol's pieces. I'm going to go ahead. I'm sorry, I'm moving around the camera because I'm used to doing it. I'm going to go ahead and grab this ruin, which is +2 to my hand size. Can somebody move my points up 1 space?
Yeah, I will.
Be at 4. Thank you. And then I'm going to use a boot. So move a boot over and move a boot over to get down to. I don't need to. Oh yeah, I do need to go that far. All right, and I grab. I'm going to spend a torch to pick up the other ruin. Should be a torch. No, it's the anvil. Okay. The hammer. I keep calling it anvil. All right. So then I'm going to. Right now, I'm at 1's relationship with the Marquise. I'm going to go ahead and give them. Oh boy. I do not want to give you 2 cards. So I'm going to give you this card. And I'll give you this card because it's completely useless to you. So those 2 cards are yours, Kyle. And that moves me up 1 step.
We have a question about the Alliance meeples. They're just for flavor, correct? If you run out of Fox meeples, can you still use other meeples?
Yeah, you may. They're just for flavor. Okay, so that leaves me with 2 swords and an anvil. I'm going to spend the anvil to produce another anvil. And I did not see
That
any
is how
points
they
that
make
was
anvils in
it.
real life.
So I get 2 points. How'd they make the first anvil, Kyle?
That's a mystery as old as time.
And I get a hammer. It's actually hammers, so I apologize for that. And that is my turn. So I'm at 8 points, proving my superior skill at root. Marquise.
Okay, so I'm gonna place. Yeah, it's okay. I'm gonna put 1 wood at my sawmill here. That's the only sawmill I have because I was attacked by birds. So yeah, we're gonna get on in
Thanking
here.
People's Weekly.
Yeah, I'm going to let's see. I'm going to use my 2 wood and build in a clearing that makes sense. I'm going to build another sawmill out here.
I'm going to leave the table for 1 second and see if I can find an Ethernet cable. This is my signal. I'll be right back.
All right.
That sawmill you built only costs 1 because it's a cheap sawmill.
Yeah, but does it still give me 2 victory points?
It does. I just wanted to make sure you discarded the correct amount of wood.
Oh, you're right. You're right. I did not. I forgot that it was a cheap one again. So I'm going to use my other thing to, let's see, build a workshop then. Can I build more than once in a turn if I can afford it?
You may.
Okay. All right. So I'm going to put that workshop over in that clearing, and that's going to give me 2 more victory points. Okay, and then I still have 1 action, so I believe, can I attack in this clearing over here? The one with the hideout? Can I battle?
I mean, you can.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you choose to battle, you will automatically kill my hideout.
Okay.
The advantage of that is you will kill a lot of Fox supporters. The disadvantage is that my people will get a little more upset, but it's probably worth it.
Okay, I'm going to do that. So I don't need to roll even?
Don't need to roll.
Okay.
I don't have a single guy defending me. So
well, I'm going to do that.
I take my hideout back. Whatever card I had is going to get discarded. And then half of my supporters are removed. So remove those. And you gain a victory point for eliminating one of my pieces and my outrage.
Okay. I gain a victory point for destroying a building. Is that how that works?
Yep.
Okay. Let's see. Okay, now I have a question for the sake of demo purposes. I'm going to put this card out here and explain or ask how it works.
I will blow it up.
Okay, so this is a card where the side information, which is about crafting, is to do a trap. It says, when attacked, you can discard this to inflict a hit. Now, I have leadership of a fox clearing, so I can afford it. But do I play this on my turn, or do I have to wait until I'm attacked to do it?
No, you play it on your turn, but you have to have a workshop in a red.
Okay.
To build it.
So, okay.
So you play you play it face up on its side in front of you, and then the next time you're attacked, you can choose to spend it to inflict a loss on the attacker.
Okay.
So it's not really a secret trap. We know there's traps out there.
Okay. Well, then I'm going to do travel gear instead. That's this card. So because I have bunny clearing, so I'm going to craft that. I score a victory point. And then I get to get that thing. What did I get? A boot.
Boot. Put that out there for you.
Oh, am I out of boots?
You might be. Didn't I?
Oh no, here we go. Here we go. I got 2 boots.
And I should have grabbed this from you because I traded with you.
Oh, okay. Well,
sorry.
Well, now I have a new boot. If you like shoe, wait until you hear about the second one.
Okay. I only have 2 feet.
Yeah, well, there you go. Well, supply and demand. All right, all players draw their income, discard down to hand limit. So who needs what? I
need 2, please.
Okay.
I'm still just getting 1.
Woo! Okay.
That's
So-
exciting.
Yeah, I didn't mean to click that. So you need one more. I need one more. And then Alliance, do you need one more? The Cessna turned
No.
off, so okay, he doesn't.
Yeah,
No, he's good.
Then are you good, Vagabond?
I'm good. Yeah, it's pretty hard for me to raise my income.
Okay, so we're all done over here then. Cat turn
Yep.
over. Well, I need to discard, but I can do that while we're getting Carol rolling on her turn. So.
Okay, we have a question. Go ahead, Carol. Sorry.
Oh,
The
okay.
the TTS mod should be public right now. Otherwise, yeah, I'm willing to host the server afterwards anyway, since I have to go to the office tomorrow at a normal time. And then Cole mentioned that he removes half of his supporters, but the rules say all of the supporters in the PNP rules. Is that rule still in Flex, Cole?
I would have to look.
I thought it was all also.
Okay, yeah, the PNP rules. This is a rule that we've gone back and forth on, and the
Yeah,
PNP rules are right. So if the PNP say all, it's all, and I'm going to blame the death of my 2 Fox supporters on that sharp eye.
Yeah. Yeah, so Cole is holding his supporters personally responsible.
They messed up.
All right, so I have
did
a
we-
question about my turn here.
Yeah,
So I have all 4 cards on my decree right now.
you can
and
stack up
for-
multiple cards on the decree.
Okay, I can stack it, right? Okay.
Yeah.
That was my question. So I'm going to put 2 mouse
Ooh,
cards.
because of Tabletop Simulator, you may not be able to get those split up enough to fan them. Uh-oh.
Come on.
Uh-oh. Yeah.
Oh.
I would see a problem with the set. I would just go up your board then.
Okay.
So like this. Okay. So if you do this, Carol, you're committing to fighting 2 battles a turn in orange clearings. Are you ready for that awesome responsibility? Okay.
It's going to happen. All right.
You
All
leave
right,
me
let's do it.
alone.
Let's do it. Okay. So, first thing we're going to do is do the recruitment. So, I do have the charismatic leader still, so I get to recruit.
The person that
twice.
pointed out that you were supposed to lose all your supporters said, "Sorry, Cole." Emoji with a sweat drop.
I think that might be a tier. I swear.
Maybe it's a tier. Don't worry, internet viewer. He will take it out on me in the office tomorrow.
Yeah.
Alright. So, recruitment.
Actually, Cole and Kyle are just about the nicest people I've ever worked with. Carol's pretty nice too, but I don't work with her much.
But not Cole and Kyle nice, apparently.
But we have no, because we have Carol because she's so nice. No matter what she gets in an email, she's able to deal with it without wanting to, cause problems. So we hire her because of her niceness.
Alright. Battles is going to be happening in 2 rapid locations.
Okay, so I didn't watch you place your guys. You got 2 because you had the charismatic. Yep.
Yeah.
And then you moved 3 up there. Okay, so now there's going to be battles in orange and orange. So which orange one would you like to resolve first?
Let's do the one where I'm fighting Cole down here.
Okay, that's always good. So we haven't talked about this. People watching in the audience, I have this orange ambush card. I'll reveal that in my hand. And so if Cole had this card in his hand, he could now play it to inflict 2 hits on Carol. There's only 5 of these. There's 2 bird ones and 1 for each clearing color. And but Cole is declining to play it apparently.
Yes, that's
And
correct.
So Carol rolls the dice.
Alright, 2, right?
2. Yep.
Right.
Always 2.
And we
So I'll
got
zoom in on
Oh.
those.
2 and a 3.
Darn it.
Wow. Look at that. So
Yeah, it's
even
too
though a
bad.
single alliance warrior takes 2 hits to kill, Carol is able to clear out the orange clearing. Now, people might think this is brutal that we're beating up the player 2 points, but for starters, it is the designer of the game.
That's correct.
Um,
And the alliance is a very tricky thing. Yeah.
and the alliance is a
They
very tricky thing. They can suddenly surge ahead of players when they least suspect it. So this isn't a bad play,
Getting picked on is their fuel, essentially. So
Yes.
and getting picked on helps them anyway. So yeah.
Alright.
All right, then Carol's gonna roll for the other clearing.
Yeah. Yeah, let's do it. What did
Wait,
we
is
get?
this- are you
0
attacking
and
my
3.
cat workshop here?
I
Okay,
am.
how do I retreat?
You just move the piece back one clearing to a clearing that you rule.
Can I do that
So
now?
yeah, let's say you did that,
Yeah.
and then
Okay.
so Carol's just gonna smash that workshop.
Okay.
Well,
I didn't know I was,
okay.
Yeah.
1 second. Is my mic not good? So because you retreated, Carol does not automatically destroy that building.
Okay.
Essentially, it like cancels the battle. So if Carol had an additional action, additional
Hey,
battle
thank you,
action,
John.
then she can destroy it.
Okay.
And you do have an additional battle, so if you do want to trash it, you can.
Yes, I would
I'll remind-
absolutely
I'll
love to
remind the
trash it.
I'll remind the audience again, this is going a bit slower than a regular game because of the overhead of teaching it online and because of Tabletop Simulator.
Alright, so I got a 1 and a 3.
Okay. You wouldn't even need to roll because it's an undefended workshop.
Oh, sure. Alright.
So
Wow,
Kyle takes
wow.
his workshop back. Carol, you just gained 2 points. I'll move you a little person up.
Nobody say anything stupid.
killing
There's
those two
42 people
buildings.
watching.
Oh dang!
Uh,
Pressure's on.
Alright.
Okay,
I live my
and then
life
it's-
as if 42 people are watching. Anyway.
that's been true since I was about 5. And then Carol has to put down a roost. She can put it down in any color of area. So she's going to do that because she has a bird card.
Alright,
And
and that's
there
it.
we go. In the studio, Cole, we're cracking through games, and we're all pretty fast players, and we're playing like we're testing anyway. And so we're doing about 45 minutes, 60 minutes a game right now, just for people who are interested. Okay, so the alliance is the alliance
Yeah,
picks
and
up all their
Carol,
cards.
you earn. Carol earns
4.
4 points.
Oh yeah, I'm
So
sorry.
you're at
Yep,
13
4
now.
points.
Thank you.
Carol Storm's in the lead. Okay, so beginning of my turn, people are outraged. So I get a bonus card draw, which is going to be hopefully the thing that saves. Oh god, I'm taking the whole deck. Go.
Quick swipe.
Yeah, quick swipe. Sorry. The track.
You're on a touchpad. I understand.
Yeah.
Yeah, trackpad. Yeah.
Okay,
we
yeah, here we go.
have a question real quick. It says, can a player get picked on to an unrecoverable state, or is there a lower bound
so
/ rebound
I'll
mechanic
take
to
that
keep
question
them
while
from-
you take your turn, Cole.
Okay,
The advantage of the 3-point card, these victory cards, excuse me, is that if someone is getting hosed, is 10, 15 points behind, they can change their victory condition to one of these sudden death victory conditions and turn that around for themselves. So this gives the player and behind a lot of flexibility to catch up. So also, I mean, if you are getting hammered on, people tend to stop hitting you after a while. So I'm actually not too worried about the alliance catching up at this point. But
Yeah, especially because I just built a new hideout. I figure I should be as close to the cat capital as I can get. Because I haven't learned my lesson. And then I'm going to.
I like the new point values for the vagabond.
Thank you. Okay, so I'm going to spend this bunny card to recruit a bunny supporter. So now I've got 2 bunny supporters.
No problem.
And then let's see.
I'm trying to scroll down to his cards real quick. Oh, we can't see him.
Okay, so I'm going to do something kind of risky.
FYI, if you're watching me play, the 2 cards floating in the foreground is my hand, which is something Tabletop Simulator does now.
Okay, I'm going to take the risky action. I'm going to play this local recruitment card, and it costs me 2 supporters, which I have to spend, thankfully. And this would allow, so this card does 2 things. It recruits a warrior in a place where I have a hideout. So I just got a second warrior up there. And if I ruled that clearing, I would be able to, and if there's a slot, I'd be able to put a stronghold. Now, strongholds for the Wood Alliance are really important because they allow you to draw more cards each turn. And I don't know if I'll be able to do that eventually, but I certainly can't do it now.
And they
So
allow you to
that-
craft, and crafting for the Wood Alliance earns double points.
Yes. Yep. Okay. So then into my turn, I get a supporter in each nation. I discard down to my hand size, which is 2. Note that my played conspiracy, which will come back in my hand, does not count against my hand size. All right, that's it for me.
Playing this game, I'm not I have no board awareness right now. This is kind of funny.
Is this this module available right now? People can get
Yes,
this
it is.
right now. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's available. I'll tell Alice to push it out tomorrow if it's not.
And we have there are a couple little things that we'll be updating.
Okay.
And Patrick, someone says you can press H to remove your hand at the bottom, but I know that's a feature that you like. So.
Oh yeah. All right. Well, actually, I didn't know that, so thank you, whoever said that. Okay, so I'm starting my turn.
Jackson said that.
Can somebody reset all of my icons so that they're on the ready area, and I will consider what I'm going to do this turn.
Just put those anywhere, pal.
Okay. Yeah, just throw them on the board. That's fine. Okay, so I'm looking at the board, and I'm saying that the Hawks are a little bit ahead, so... But I'm also looking at how scary all those stacks are and how weak I am right now. So I am not going to pick on them yet. I do see that Kyle has another boot for me, though, but I don't want that bad. What am I going to do this turn? Okay, I know what I'm going to do. I am going to slip. Boy, oh boy. I'm going to slip to here. I'm going to move to here with one boot. I will spend, I'm now in a yellow clearing, so I'm going to use both my anvils. If someone can move two boots and one boot and an anvil over. One boot, two anvils. I'm going to play armors on myself, so I get to ignore one round of hits. I'm then going to use an action. If you want to move a torch over. So I have 2 combat strength. Carol has 2 combat strength here. Because I'm Roger the Raccoon, of all the vagabonds, I can steal as if I'm one stronger. So I'm going to steal a card from Carol with one action.
No.
So Carol, just randomly give me one. How many cards do you have in your hand? I'll call it.
I got 3.
Give me card number 2.
Number 2. All right.
Yep. And hit F to flip it over, or I'll
No, too late.
Yep, too late. Everybody knows what I got. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and take a second action and steal your new card number 2 also. Okay, and by doing that, I move down this chart because I stole a card from Carol, so I move forward 1 point. Kind of a doolittle turn for me, but I'm setting up for later in the game. And I have, this is my new, where's my new card? Sorry. I steal the second card too, Carol. Number 2.
Oh, number 2? All right, yeah. Okay, and it was F4 to flip it over?
It's just F to flip it over.
Oh, just F?
There you go. Oh, cool. I saw that. I'm excited. Okay. I'm then going to spend my remaining 2 boots going from here. I'll just, so I can't enter the woods, Cole? I have to just, yeah, that's right. Okay.
Right, yeah.
These have art now, so this deck must be old. And that's my turn. So I only move forward 1 point. Wasn't the best turn for me. I'm hoping Carol will spread out a little more. Actually, I'm going to move to here so Carol doesn't attack me.
No.
And that's my turn.
And then chat, we will be at Board Game Geek Con in that Cole will be wandering around. But we will definitely be at PAX Unplugged next week to do demos of Root and stuff. We'll actually have a booth there. We are booth
1248.
Yeah, 1248.
We're facing the free play area. I could not be more excited for our booth after years of terrible Gen Con booths. Okay, so Marquita Cat's turn.
We're pumped. Yep. Okay.
I want to say one thing about BGCon. I am going to attempt to get a prototype copy of Root into the library, but I will have an extra set even if I can't do that. So I'll just post on Twitter where I'll be at, and if people want to flag me down and borrow one of my 2 sets, they can do that.
Okay. So I drew my 2 wood at each sawmill for my bird song, and then for daylight. I am going to recruit my little recruiter things here. And then I'm going to build a workshop here with this wood. And that gives me 2 points. 1, 2. And then, let's see, I have 1 more action. I think I am going to build 1 more time. Nope, I cannot afford to do that, so ignore me. I'm just going to recruit again.
Ignore me.
Ignore me. All right. I'm done. So I need to deal cards to folks. So, what do we need? I need 2. Womp, womp.
I just get 1. Patrick gets 1.
I get
I
2,
get 1.
please.
Carol gets 2. So I
Thank
feel
you.
less bad about stealing all those cards from you.
Yeah.
I'll never forget it.
But you should feel good about giving the cards to me eventually. So just wanted to let you.
Well, we'll look into that.
All right. So,
Sorry,
I'll point out-
I'm discarding down my hand, but I don't need to narrate that.
Sure. I'll point out on my board, if I give Kyle 2 more cards to get that remaining boot, I'll move towards allied with him, and I'll get 3 points for doing that. So, hey, that's pretty good. That moved me up to 12. And from then on, I can start moving his troops around with me because I'm so popular with them that I act like a little warlord with them. Which maybe I'll do.
One quick note about Carol's decree. It's a little tricky with the way this mod is built out, but it's important to play the cards in order. And so, like, you have to adhere to the oldest to newest in each column. So you would do like a wild battle, and then a mouse battle, and then another mouse battle.
Boy,
Okay.
we really have to put an asterisk on my my last game.
Okay.
Cole will be. Someone asked if he'll be in the free play area at BGG Con. I think Cole is there for vacation, so I think he's going to run a couple, but not a ton.
Yeah, and I hit me on Twitter, and I am happy to quickly teach and to let you borrow a set. That's fine.
So same question for PAX Unplugged. We have 2, sometimes 3 demo areas. Carol, Kyle, and I will be there along with my sales manager Clayton, and my friend Josh will be teaching the game all weekend.
One more thing about BGCon, I think there's a good chance that I will be running like a semi-public teaching session Thursday night. I'm still trying to coordinate that, but I will like post on the root forum as soon as I have it squared away.
But please bug him as much as you can. No, he needs a vacation. He looks at me kind of wild-eyed in the morning now.
All right.
Patrick just looks like a steak.
Yeah. Okay, so this looks like there's about to be a battle. Yeah. Yep.
So it does go in order, right? So I would do a wild battle first, and then once I can't do the 2
then you go
battles
into turmoil. Yep.
Okay. All right. So I do get 1 battle before I go into turmoil. Okay, great. So
Carol.
let's do this. All right. So I'm gonna do a battle here with Kyle in this bunny clearing here. Let's roll these dice. Let's select them. All right. Let's roll this.
So when you have some spare time, Kyle, can you draw the scene in the office where Cole is staring at me wild-eyed?
And you're a steak, yeah.
And I look like a steak.
Yeah. When I have time is
The joke is Kyle's kind of racing. His 4th child is due in December, and
yeah. So Patrick's always like, "How many times have you played Root?" And I'm just like, "Oh, I can't. My day job is getting
in the way of my game playing." Cole and Kyle have been good sports.
All right, we've got a 1 and a 2.
All right, so it looks like you inflict 2 casualties on the cats, and the cats inflict 1 on you.
Okay. So can I use field hospitals more than one time if I discard more than 1 card?
Absolutely. Yep.
Hot dang, I am doing that.
All right, and now Carol runs into trouble.
Yes.
Turmoil. So let's go look at her board. So Carol is she's going to lose all of her cards except for her viziers, and she's going to have to change her leader. In the final set, these leaders will be different. Well, each have a unique art, but for now, this is what they are.
One of them is an owl.
And one of them is an owl, which people got really excited about. So she's going to discard all of her cards to discard pile, pick a new leader, reset her viziers to that, and then her turn is over, I believe.
Yeah, and then after that.
And you don't score points this turn.
Yeah.
Yep.
So does the leader always go back to a choice of what I always
In
heard
fact,
was
the
like
leader goes face down, and you can't choose him again until you use all 4 leaders, which we've never seen happen.
I've got you. Okay, that's done.
If you
And-
turmoil 4 times in a game, you are probably in trouble.
And your turn is over, and you do not score points this turn.
Yeah, I. Are you talking Meeple's Weekly? Are you talking huge in terms of actual people, or are you talking just huge in terms of stuff done? Because it's both. Yeah, I've decided to roll the dice on expanding my team, and I went ahead and hired Kyle. Carol's always worked for me, always worked for me, and yeah, I have 2 people on the operations side as well as Cole now. So it's been a lot of fun being able to parcel out the stuff that like would just keep me up all night during Kickstarters. Okay, so we're back to the game. Looks like Carol's reset, so it's Woodland Alliance's turn.
All right, and I did not get hurt that turn, and I'm still in a little shock. So the first thing I do is collect my conspiracy back into my hand. And now I note that I'm still alive. And it
We have a
feels
new
good to
victory
be
out
alive.
here that got discarded. This is the coalition victory. If you take this card, and so to take a victory card, you just have to replace it with a card of the same suit, or you just discard a card of the same suit, and then you take it and it becomes yours. When you take a victory card, you remove your score marker from the board, and the coalition marker, you place your score marker on that player's board, I believe. Yep, faction player board with fused VP, and then you share the win with that player.
All right, so I'm going to educate this little fox here. And I've got a couple foxes, both of which are going to be spent.
Cole, we should go for it. Just saying.
I'm really thinking about it. I'm really thinking about it.
I'm going to need a lot more troops. I'm also going to need 5 cards to do it, but that's fine.
Yeah, I don't know how. Okay, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to spend this bird card to take the military victory condition into my hand. This condition says I win the game if I own the keep. Now, I'm not declaring that condition. That would be an awfully sinister thing to do. I'm not doing it. Explicitly not doing it.
So when you buy it, this goes to your hand?
Yeah, this goes to my hand. It sits there. And then I'm going to spend this card.
Oh yeah, I'm now seeing the screen update in real time. This is pretty awful. I'm sorry for the frame rate. I will broadcast from the office next time.
Okay, so I have 2 hideouts out, and what I can do, and I've got 3 cards in my hand, so I normally have to discard 1, but I can play a card face down in one of my hideouts, which is what I'm doing. Oh, this hideout I built came with a supporter. Came with a warrior, so I just put him out there. All right, so I have used the secrets action to hide a card here in the fox clearing, which essentially allows me to have a hand size of 3, even though I only have.
Yeah, let me just go down there and show people that. So he's basically put a card from his hand. So he's expanding he's using one of his hideouts as an extra hand size.
Yep. Okay, cool. And that is my turn. And I've got a big pile of cards here. I'm going to send you this card. How do you highlight all the cards in a stack? It keeps only letting me drag 1.
You can. I think you can last with them, which will probably be really hard on your things. Can someone reset my tokens and I'll handle this turn.
Okay. I will reset tokens.
Okay. So I am going to do something I rarely do, and I'm going to make peace with the cats.
Hey, Meeple for hire. Yes, you can learn to play this in a sitting. This is my sitting.
Okay, so I'm giving Kyle these 2 cards that are just sitting near my board, which gives me 3 points.
These are my cards now?
Yep, those are your cards.
Yum, yum, yum.
We are now.
I will say. Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, we're now allied. Go ahead.
Oh yeah, I was just gonna say about like learning the game in terms of how long it takes. I recorded some audio for teaching video, which is a fairly complete explanation of the rules. There are a couple things that are missing from it, but it's 23 minutes. Now, if you were actually teaching the game with a table and you did a rolling start, you'd probably be able to start playing the game in about 5 minutes. And after the first 2 rounds, everybody will know most of everything about the game.
Okay, so what I just did was I allied with the cat player. So I actually said, "Hey, cats, let's go this way and kill some birds." So that's what we're doing. So I'm gonna make an attack, which uses one of my torches. And I roll the dice. And Cole will have to refresh me on how allied attacks work. I do 3 damage, and the birds do 0.
So the way they work is you can, if you're in a clearing with an ally's army, you can use the army or you can fight alone. And if you use the army, you don't take any hits. You don't worry about your own swords. You just fight as if you were that army.
Okay, great. So I did 2 hits to the birds. So we'll pull them off. Okay, so that means I become hated with the birds. I just killed 1 guy, so I get 2 points. Sorry, Carol.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to use another point of movement. Real quick, I'll grab that. And I'm going to move on push on into this clearing.
Wait, you took me.
Yeah, I'm bringing you along.
I didn't know you could do that. That's awesome.
That's what I just explained.
Oh, I was reading the chat.
No worries. And I'm going to attack again. We did 1 hit, so we killed 1 of Carol's pieces, which is not enough for me to score points. And because I have to kill 2 to get to the next step. And those are my actions for the turn. So I won't craft anything. I have all my swords left. So I could... Nope, I'm done. Okay.
Oh, and so if you would have killed that roost, even though you used Kyle's pieces, you would be the one to gain the victory point. Just so that's
sure.
clear.
Okay. So it's Marquis' 5th round. I'll go back to answering questions.
So you just passed us all on the victory track.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, that was what I was setting up.
Man, I should have swiped that coalition victory.
So Meeple's Weekly, yeah, as far as easier to learn than Vast, and I love Vast, so I've played many games. Vast is basically 12 pages of rules plus, and the whole rule book is 24 pages because of all the examples and the other pages. And these rules when laid out are gonna be about 6 pages. So if that helps you determine game length. Anyway, I'll what's Kyle up to?
I don't know. You just took my guys for a ride. So I'm gonna place 1 wood at each sawmill. So I have 1 on my keep here, and then I have 1 out in the sticks right here.
I've calculated him over 400 games. Meeple's Weekly.
So I'm gonna move now. I'm gonna move a couple of my cat warriors from the keep over into this bunny clearing. And then I'm going to build another workshop here. And then I think, sorry, and that costs 2 wood. So I'll take them off my board over here. And then I am going to, I suppose, move. Well, maybe not. Yeah, maybe I will. So can I move from multiple clearings to 1, or just any amount from 1 clearing to another connected clearing?
For 1 action.
For 1 action. And I have to either rule the one I'm moving to
or from. Yep.
Right. Or it has to be empty.
Yeah.
So, okay. And I'm done. I did that. So I think that's my whole turn. So I'm going to deal cards now. So who needs what? I need 2.
I need 2 things.
Okay, and then Alliance?
I just get 1. Did you gain your victory points for building your building, Kyle?
I did not. I will move that up 3 in just a second here.
I can do it.
Patrick, you need 1?
Yep. And you just moved up to 16.
Heck to the yeah.
So did Redwall or other stories like it influence your game design, Cole? It's cute, but deadly and heroic.
Yeah, and I think it also has informed the art too. Kyle could probably talk more about that.
Right.
Yeah, I read Redwall when I was in 5th grade, and then like went on a tirade where I just read all of them. And like
Sorry,
I haven't,
So it's a Carol's turn.
Oh yeah.
I haven't gone back to read any of the Redwall books since like junior high, elementary school age, but I have read a lot of them.
When we were settling down on the theme, I went and got a copy of the book and just sat down and read Redwall. Just as we're like kind of getting the world in order. So it's definitely like back margins along with Watership Down.
So, and then one of the other inspirations for it too was Cole read my notes for my sandbox adventure game called Path, which we were going to use. Started out a long time ago as a design parallel to David's game when he was working on Bast. And I started to make it. It was about above ground. It was about a fight above ground, and then it slowly got more and more general. And then we were talking about making it with just generic fantasy races, and then we moved to anthropomorphic animals, and so that's when we decided to move in on this.
I drew
ahead.
anthropomorphic animals at PAX East. I think it was when we started drawing some.
Talking about it, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. So what are you up to, Carol? Sorry if we're not paying attention.
Yeah, no worries. All I did was just recruit in this little
Are you
credit
gonna
corner
find
here.
us there? Yeah.
You know what? I'm gonna try.
Okay.
All right.
So who does she
Listen.
attack if she attacks us, Cole, or does she get to choose?
She gets to choose.
Mm-mm.
Okay, so I'm gonna attack Patrick.
Oh wait. Let me. I'm sorry. This is attacking you with your ally. Let me
Yep.
be more clear. So if she attacks you, Patrick, you have the option. Love the Zoom. You have the option of you will be defended by the cats.
Oh, all right.
Because they love you.
Yeah, let's see what happens. I'll go attack Patrick. All right. So
Ooh.
we got a 2 and a 3. Yeah.
Okay,
Alright.
so that's fine. So you do 2 damage to me because you only have 2 guys there, and I do
Right.
2 damage to you. I'm actually just going to go ahead and discard armors, which prevents all
The
hits.
cats are defending you, so you're fine. The cats will take
Oh, okay.
hits.
Oh, all right, fine.
Why do I do that? I want to stop doing that.
So,
Sorry, buddy.
How many did I just lose?
2.
2.
Mm-mm.
All right, I'm gonna save one of them.
All I know is raccoons think bird eggs are good eating.
All right, so now I get to put a roost on, right?
Okay, I'm going back to the. Anyone has any questions? I'm going back.
all right, and then you score your points.
5.
5 points.
I mean, that's fine with me, Miffles Weekly. I think someday it's going to be called Path with coin mechanics, but.
All right,
All right,
that's
so
it.
is it up to? All right.
It's up to me. So I get my bonus outrage card at the start of my turn, which I'll take. I also will take my secret card back up in my hand.
So I'll remind everyone that's joined lately that this game is going a bit longer than usual. In studio, it takes about 45 minutes to 60 minutes to play. We're having a lot of overhead from Tabletop Simulator. It's our first time using it. This particular board, and some people have not used Tabletop Simulator much, and it's basically a learning game for 2 players.
Yeah. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. I am going to build my mouse hideout. Is going to be built right here in the middle of the board on this old ruin, and that cost me 2 guys. And then every hideout when you build it comes with a person. Now I'm now going to use conspiracy here. Ooh,
Look at it.
how should I do this? Okay, yeah, we're going to use the. Okay, I'm going to spend this bird card to gain a fox supporter, and then I'm going to use. Yeah, we'll use this one. So I'm going to use this conspiracy, which costs 2 to trigger, and I gain a supporter in. Oh crap! Wait, backing up. Sorry.
We're going to hideout.
I'm doing it in my rabbit hideout. I just did that. We'll actually do it like this. Apologies. Okay. So I get to recruit someone at the rabbit hideout, which is lovely. And more importantly, I get to build my first stronghold. Now I can put it anywhere I rule, including this mouse clearing.
No, it is flattering. I appreciate it. I was just joking around.
Okay. And I'm trying to think if there's anything else I want to do. All right, here's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to use this card for a third Fox supporter. And then I'm going to spend all 3 of those Fox supporters to build, to trigger this conspiracy Workday, which allows me to build my second stronghold here and score 2 victory points. So this is kind of an idea of like how kind of bursty the alliance will have, like slow turns and then big turns, and this is about as big a turn as it can get.
Be tragic if something happened to those strongholds.
Just gotta hold on. I'm so far behind. I hope I'm avoiding having it. I need a support of each nation, and then my turn is over.
Okay. Well, I need some more guys, Kyle. What are you doing? Okay, I'm gonna slip to here. I reset all my pieces during the off turn while no one was watching, except everyone was watching. I'm gonna go ahead and as I slip to here, I'm gonna lead Kyle's 2 mans back to here.
Sorry, I'm going to answer a question. Meeples for hire, the factions are numbered because that's the order of play. So I'm Marquise de Quiet, and I start first because I'm number 1, and then Eerie Order, etc.
I'm going to spend 1 action attacking that roost. Did you score points this turn, Carol?
I did last turn.
Okay. So the roost, how many points do I get for burning down a roost, Kyle? Or, I'm sorry, Cole.
You get 1 point for each non-warrior that you removed. And I say non-warrior just includes building and pieces of wood.
Right. Okay, then I'm going to use another point of movement to continue my merry crusade on into this yellow clearing with my friends the cats, whom I will someday turn on very soon.
So can I get him to stop that by attacking him or something?
Yes, you can certainly go attack him and break his legs that way.
Okay.
Or you can just, move your guys away from him so that he has to go find them.
All right, so I inflict 2 casualties on the Hawks, but I didn't remove the Eerie. That's too bad. But that does move me to hated with them. I also have to spend an extra boot into that space. So I get 3 points for doing that. I'm up to 18. Oopsie. And you won't stop stacking. It's annoying. It's in my hand. Oh, I should have built something while I was back in. I have an yellow clearing right now. Look at that. Okay, I'm gonna build. I'm gonna build a cobbler. So apparently I have better boots. I have really good boots now. Oops, this was over here, and that should be over there. And I have 1 more action, and a no movement remaining. I will. What can I do with 1 action, Cole? I could steal a card from the cats. That'd be kind of funny.
Don't do it.
If you could get to one of my clearings, you could get a victory point.
I could aid you. Yeah, I don't have any movement left because I had to spend it all. Do I have to spend an extra point of movement to enter a hostile space?
Yes, you do.
Even when I'm leading an army? Okay. No, that's fine. I'll just hang out then.
And also, if you're leading an army, you obey the standard army moves, so you have to rule the clearing, moving, or adjacent.
Okay.
So.
Okay. That's my turn. Back to the cats.
Okay. Wood. Okay. That's all my jobs, right? Okay.
Jackson, you shouldn't feel bad for the Wooden Alliance. They will surprise you. The studio record is 18 points, but I don't think it's possible anymore. But it's happened.
So tell me what would be the thing that happened if I attacked the vagabond? What would happen?
I would cry.
Does it do anything?
He would cry. He would have the option to retreat. Retreating is a tricky thing. He runs into the woods, but then he has to damage about 1/3 of his items using this retreat table.
Okay.
if he stands and fights and gets damaged, he damages his available items first and then his exhausted items. Actually, he can damage any items, I think, available or exhausted. It's his discretion.
Okay, what I'm going to do, however, is I'm going to take my cat warriors, and I'm going to move all 3 of them.
You're gonna just ditch me.
Yep. Yeah, just so you don't use me as a meat shield anymore. I'm going to move down into the Yuri homeland and attack.
There you go.
All right, so we got a 0 and a 2. So I kill 2 of Carol's pieces, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
She kills none of mine.
Carol, you're being a good sport about all this.
Yeah. And then I'm gonna. Can I attack again?
Sure.
I'm gonna do that. So yeah, here comes another one.
Oh.
So 1 and 3. So you take out one of my guys, and I'm going to discard a card to keep them alive.
Does that destroy the roost?
You need an additional battle to destroy the roost.
So I'm just. I was gonna discard a guy, but I decided not to. So I'm going to do. Let's see, investments. Discard because I have 2 bunny clearings with anvils in them. When crafted, I score 3 victory points and then discard.
And you get the investments icon, which I will come for.
Yep. Okay, and so where's me? 1, 2, 3. Okay, and then do I get any victory points for attacking? I don't think I do, right? I just get them for building and crafting.
Mhm.
Okay. So I think that's... Well, let's see. Do I have anything more I can do? I think... No, I think that is it for me this time. So now income. So tell me what everybody needs.
2, please.
I get 2 as well.
I get 1.
Okay, so 1, 2...
So anyone
2.
watching, there's 40 of you. The icon that he just produced, investments, if I trade with him, I will get that investments and I'll start drawing 1 more card a turn. That's pretty much the only way for me to get extra cards per turn, so it's pretty rough. But now I have to fight Kyle because we're foes now.
So I can craft during birdsong, right?
You have to do it during daylight.
Daylight. Sorry. Okay. So let's add a card first.
And one small point, now it hasn't mattered much here, but
Yeah.
normally the daylight phases are totally open. You kind of do them in the order. The Erie's daylight phase, you have to craft and reform first, and then you do your decree. So you can't craft during the decree.
Okay.
I'm using
Okay.
Meeples Weekly. We're using the Google Hangout, if you will, that comes with broadcasting for our voice chat. I think the issue is my wireless. We're learning my wireless sucks, and I have a pretty high-end laptop, but it just doesn't have enough processing power to do this. We're buying machines for the office in a couple weeks, and I'll broadcast from there next time, which I'll have a hard line for, and it should be much better.
Okay. Stop
My
me if I'm
apology.
wrong on this one, Cole. But so I'm gonna craft this crossbow, and I can craft it because my my special roost is on a fox
On a red, yep.
clearing, right? Yeah. Okay. So then that would get me victory points right away.
Mhm.
Okay. So I've got the builder, so it doubles it. I get 2. Someone can
That's what she
beat
does
me up,
build.
please. Yep.
And
And then
she
I'm
gets a
gonna move
crossbow.
back to the regular.
I'll discard that for you.
Thank you.
All right, and I got your victory points.
I got 2. Yeah, thank you. All right, so now we're gonna do the regular decree. I'm gonna start building myself back up here. I feel like I'm gonna move some of my guys in here, and Kyle. I feel like we're always butting heads, but it has to-
I know. Let's be friends now.
you're kind of in my homeland here. All right, what did we get? We got a 0 and a 1. Ooh, all right,
So I lose a guy.
so this one, yeah.
Yep, this one.
I'm gonna put him right here.
And I can't even put down a roost this time. Oh. Okay, well I mucked that one up. Okay. I can't put down a roost because I'm not controlling any other areas other than that, right? So I actually go into turmoil, did I?
Yeah.
Yeah, you do.
Oof. All right. Oops. All right.
That's all right. You didn't have that much to lose in terms
Yeah.
of your cards.
I didn't mean for this to happen.
All right.
Charles just trying to hit that 4 turmoil record.
Let's see. Which means I don't get any points at the end of this turn.
Right.
Yes.
Well,
But you're
you
still
did-
ahead of us,
yeah.
so I don't feel
Yeah.
bad about any of this.
all right. Okay. Let's do this. All right. Yeah, you can go ahead. I'm done.
Okay, cool. So, starting my turn, my people are outraged, so I get my bonus card.
Sorry, audience.
Oh.
I'm going to move my stuff around.
Okay. And I have some interesting choices I need to make. I'm going to take these cards back into my hand.
Chat
And
says, so why did the Eerie not have to remove their roost when attacked by the cats after the last of their warriors were removed?
There weren't enough hits to carry over and kill the roost. He could have taken another action to kill the roost.
But I was out of actions, so.
Yeah.
Also, side note before I get in my turn, whenever you remove a player's building, and I think it might be the last building, I have to check the wording. Whenever you remove the player's last building in a region, they have to lose an improvement that they've built. Now, right now, the only one of us who has built improvements is the Vagabond. So he's a little exempt from that rule. Okay, so what am I going to do?
What a strange world what a strange game I'm playing.
So when you lose your last building in a clearing, you also have to lose one of the improvements. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. Yes,
Okay.
correct. So it is possible to get rid of those pesky improvements. All right. So I am going. I feel. Well. All right. I'm going to build an anvil. I'm going to craft it. Against my better judgment, I'm going to craft an anvil. Now, because I'm the Woodland Alliance, I have the cottage industry special ability, which doubles victory points. I can craft the anvil because I have a stronghold and a fox clearing. So I got 4 victory points for that, which doubles my score to 8. It's the kind of explosive growth I'm talking about.
My brother's still watching. He should appreciate my filmography skills.
And then, okay, I am going to spend this card for a bunny supporter, which I'll take. And then the bunnies are going to use local recruitment. So that costs 2. And boy, this trackpad, I'm just really having to work for my bread here. So.
Are you blaming your score on your trackpad, Cole?
Yeah, it's the tools, man. All right.
He blames the sun on the office, the lack of sun.
All right, so that's hiring a guy up there, and then I can build another stronghold in any place that I rule. And I do rule this fox clearing, so I'm going to put a stronghold there. So I've created some pretty idiotically juicy targets, but we'll just see how it goes. And that ends my turn, and I gain a supporter in each nation. Oh, I need to. I'll be playing a card face down as well. Actually, fox clearing. I'm going to use. I'm not quite on my turn. I'm going to use a visit to friends, just to gain another victory point. Puts me up at 9. Feeling pretty good.
Yeah, we're having kind of a rough game, Cole. I don't know about this.
I don't know if I'll make it up.
Let's see what happens. So I think just for people watching, what I'm gonna try and do this turn is I'm gonna try and take a little bit more advantage. I was gonna attack Kyle this turn, but that income card is pretty handy. So I don't think I'm gonna be able to do that. So I'm gonna go. I'm gonna slide to here. I could lead one more attack against Carol for the points, right? Mm. Or I could just get a point and burn this down. That'd be mean.
Roost.
Oh, it's so horrible. What a horrible person I am. I'm gonna
Just
do
do it. Just do it.
it. Just do it. So I'm gonna burn. I'm not gonna slip. I'll burn this down, and I get a point for doing that. And I will then take my regular movement and go to here. I'm actually gonna steal an unattended card from Kyle. So trusting is Kyle.
I'm attending
take-
all of them.
I'll take this card right here.
What one? This one?
Nope. It was this one. The
Okay.
third one.
Let me see.
I'll
Okay,
just take it.
Yeah,
Oh,
you
look at
take
that.
it.
I can just
That's
put.
fine.
Oh, nice. And then I'm gonna give you 2 cards back with a free action. I will give you this
Okay.
and this.
Okay.
And that gives me then, I repeat the improve. Oh, is it 1 point per card, Cole? Down here? Is it 1 card for 2 points?
Yes, it is.
Oh, I wouldn't have had to give him so many then. That's fine. All right, so I'll take.
Too late. They're mine now.
That's fine. I don't care. 4 points is 4 points. And then I get your investments and your boots. And 1 theft, 1 burn, and I'll just walk around so I can craft stuff. I can't craft anything. I have nothing to craft. I'll just walk to the relative safety of this clearing up here. And that's my turn.
Okay, wood. And wood. All right, I'm going to spend
Let's
3.
start improving my relationship with Cole.
I'm going to spend 3 of these to build another workshop. In this clearing here, that gives me 4 victory points.
So the nice part about playing online, as we just found out, is people can check your turns by rewinding the feed at any moment.
Okay. And then I'm going to move these 3 guys over into, let's see, this empty area. And then I am also going to, let's see, I'm going to build a recruit, nope, another sawmill.
Nope.
Nope. I'm going to build another sawmill over in this fox clearing. And that gives me another 2. Did anybody move mine already?
Nope.
Okay, so I got 6 that time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And the lead. And then,
Grr.
yep, and then all players draw their income. So tell me what you need.
I think everyone's at 2 right now.
Okay, so I'm just going to...
Actually, Cole's at 3.
You are correct.
Okay.
I so rarely get the 3 strongholds with them. So.
Okay, so we're out of cards. Do I need to shuffle these?
Yep. So you can flip the whole deck over.
Yep.
Yeah. And then right click on it to shuffle.
Shuffle? Yep. So who still needs another one?
I need another one.
Okay.
This is Patrick.
Yeah, and I need 1 too.
Okay, we good? I think we're all set. What's this card over here?
Oh, it was my discard from earlier. I didn't
Okay.
see that you had the deck next to you.
I got it. Boy, who drew all these? These look so nice.
So you drew them from the deck. Oh.
I did both.
Alright. Let's see. Alright.
Oh, I should move my point of view down a little bit. Sorry. It's the whole board. So Carol is planning her turn.
So I put down a card on my recruit part of the decree. So let's get one of these birds up. I'm going to move them here to this bunny clearing, where Kyle and I will fight yet again.
Fight me IRL.
All right. I also get one extra damage, or one extra hit because of my commander.
When do I play my ambush card?
Right now.
Ambush.
Oh no!
So, and it has to be the corresponding clearing, right?
Yes.
I feel
Okay.
responsible for this event.
Okay, so it's a
Right.
bunny clearing ambush. So as a defender, I inflict 2 hits. So you roll the dice still,
All right.
but I'm gonna kill 2 of your guys.
Okay.
Yeah, and it does
Let's go.
look like the tabletop deck is like a half version out of sync. So yeah, we'll have to
Yeah,
update
yeah,
that.
yeah. Because we've lost some. Like some of the card art is not current. No worries.
So we both do 2 hits on each other.
Well, you rolled a 1 and a 0, right?
I also get the +1 hit on my leader.
Ah, what? Okay.
So you get for ambushing me.
Hey, I'm fine
All
with
right.
it.
Meeples Weekly, good job writing a better tweet than I could ever possibly write about this game.
All right. Great. I don't get to put a roost out, but I do get my victory points, though, right? So 3.
Yeah. Just stack them up. That's fine.
Okay.
All
right, that's
All right.
Oh, and
Alliance.
I gotta draw down. So yeah, I'll do that and you keep going.
I have a question real quick, and I think we
Yeah,
probably
fire
already
away.
covered it, but so this card, this trap, it allows me, when attacked, I can discard to inflict a hit.
Yeah.
Could I have done that with my ambush, or does it need to be on my turn that I'm crafting that?
You
You
can
could have
do yeah, you can do it with an ambush. You can only ever play 1 ambush per battle, but you could have used the trap as well.
Can I do that now and kill a remaining person?
Mm,
I'll save it.
It's very late.
I think you enough.
we're very late. Okay, start of my turn. I get my outrage card. Very happy about. Those outrage cards have been critical in getting my action economy up, so I am thankful for them. Okay, so I'm going to take all the cards back in my hand. And now, got some decisions to make. So let's just double check a couple things. Okay, so I'm going to first craft a trap because I was inspired by Kyle. I'm crafting a trap. And my second move is going to be...
Can you zoom in on the trap card again, Patrick, so people can see
Yeah.
it just for a second?
let's see here.
It kind of disturbs me. The bird is kicking down on the shovel with his foot, but I'll get through it.
How shovels work.
I know how shovels
Um,
work. Birds don't know how shovels work.
Okay, so the second thing I'm going to do is I'm going to spend a Fox supporter to fight Kyle here in this Fox clearing. Because I feel like I should participate in at least one battle in this game.
Okay, so now I can play my trap card, right?
Oh, yes, you can.
In defense mode. Okay.
And that actually, because it kills the attacking force, that ends the battle. So now I'm extremely vulnerable.
So
down
did I
at the
lose?
bottom.
Did I lose my guy?
No, you didn't because of your trap code.
Okay. Did you lose your guy?
I did.
Okay.
Okay, so now I'm looking at a very...
I'll do one more view of the trap card for you.
Okay.
Which guy did you lose? Did you already move him off the board?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
And I'm going to do some local recruitment this time.
Oh, no, you didn't.
I moved a guy from the... I had 2 there.
Oh, okay.
It's even.
Our bad.
I'm doing a
No,
local
we know
recruitment.
people will rewind and see for
Yeah.
sure.
No, I'm almost
For
positive.
those of you joining late, I will again repeat: this is a slower game because of Tabletop Simulator.
Okay, so did that, and now I'm going to spend. We'll do visit to friends, which gives me a victory point. So look at me creep along here, and it allows me to do a move anywhere. And I will move. I will move one warrior up here. And I'm going to spend.
Oh, who's gonna go
One
for
of-
it?
Yeah. No, I'm just going to sit there. I like sitting there.
Mhm.
Okay. And now, for my last trick.
I'm gonna reveal the military victory.
No, not yet. But that's not the card I'm going to spend.
Hey, Meeples Weekly, the 2 hits only works for the Woodland Alliance because that's the information at the bottom of the card. For the side of the card, the trap, that's how it works for other people when they craft it.
Yeah, conspiracies are at the bottom of each card, and that's just for the
So 2 hits if you're Woodland Alliance, and then I think 1 for everybody
Okay.
else.
And I'm going to discard this for a Fox supporter.
Are you
Actually,
done?
wait a second. Wait one. No, I can't. Dang it! I wanted to tax. I can't believe no one's both a tax collector in this game. It's like a first.
Yeah, that's interesting. It's
All right.
because we hammered on the Hawks. Okie dokie. I have to destroy some purple stuff this turn. I think.
No. Mm-mm.
I feel inclined.
It's
So
fine.
it's okay. I'm going to slip to here. I'll spend an action destroying this completely undefended building like the coward I am.
Oh, you dirty dog.
So that moves me to hated with the cat wares.
You're darn right it does.
And I'm about to move your piece by accident. You darn right it does. I'm going to use a boot and a boot and a boot and 2 boots to move here to here. I'm going to give Cole a card of his dreams. Oh, what is that? Oh. Did not give Cole that card. I should have done that earlier. I'll give Cole this. So. Right into Cole's hand. Okay. And so that gives me a point with Cole, from Cole. Boop, onto 26. And then with my other action, I will attack the roll the dice.
Who are you attacking?
I'm attacking you.
Oh, I'm gonna roll. Oh, never mind. Never mind.
Okay. So I do 1 hit to you,
Okay.
which is not what I wanted. And that uses up one of my swords, doing that hit. And then I'll spend my last boot falling back. All right.
All right.
That's my turn.
I'm gonna play Royal Claim. It says on Birdsong, during Birdsong, I can discard this to score.
Oh,
a
and I didn't
victory
take out
point.
that workshop.
A victory
No.
point per clearing I rule. So yeah, I have. Let's see, how many clearings do I rule?
Oh, and I should have 1 more point because I destroyed a building.
I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then
Slow down. You have to craft that card during daylight, and then next turn you can use it.
oh well, then I would have done it last turn. It
Oh,
says
well
it
then-
says during
oh.
Birdsong.
Right. Okay, that's fine. You can play on
That
just
would have
all.
made
Yeah, all crafting
Except I
happens during daylight.
except I destroyed a building, so it would have been destroyed.
yeah, and it would have
So it's a good thing you didn't craft it last time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So craft
Well,
it this turn.
It's okay if I would have crafted it last time because I would have had all three of the things. But
Right, but then I destroyed a building and would have destroyed it
Right.
because
Why
I
would it-
destroyed a building. I destroyed a building here,
yeah.
and when you clear out a clearing, you get to destroy one of the other player's improvements. So I would have destroyed that improvement.
Oh,
How are
gotcha.
you making that cute little arrow, Patrick?
You hit
With
the tab key.
Yeah. Okay. So if you'll allow me to, I'd like to take some victory points. And now I know that I should have built that last time. So.
Yeah.
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 6. Am I counting that right? 6 clearings.
But it would have been destroyed.
Right. So, like,
Right.
go ahead and craft it this turn, and then you can use it next turn.
Okay. All
But you need to protect this if you're going to hold on to it for a turn, because anyone destroying a building can take that up.
I will
Right.
not. I will not destroy your workshop there. Do not worry.
Okay, we'll see. All right. Then I'm going to let's see. I'm going to recruit then. So.
And the Woodland Alliance gets more outraged.
Yes. Oh goodness.
Right there. And then I'm going to recruit again.
How do you turn off the tab key?
You top left, you click the grab button.
Yeah, for some reason it's a toggle for you and not a toggle for me.
And then I'm going to move all of my cat warriors.
So Meeple's Weekly, the trap card inflicts 1. Oh yeah, we got that clarified. Okay, and then ambushes do damage.
Okay, and then I just moved all my cats right here.
Hello, Mira.
Okay, and I'm.
Go ahead.
Is that okay?
Yeah.
Okay, and then income.
I get 3.
Oh, I forgot to do wood at the beginning of my turn. Can I put that out real
You
quick?
should definitely put that out.
I didn't build, but I'll just leave the wood out.
Wood.
Wood. Okay, so who needs what?
I need 2.
And I need 2.
2. You. Ooh.
All right.
For those of you watching, I'm working on having it so the otters will have an effect on how the cards are dealt out. Not perfect, but an effect.
Ooh.
Yeah, Meeple's Weekly. I'm glad to have the autumn leaves on the board too. We decided kind of early on that we wanted the suits of the cards to be able to match the different colors of foliage. So that was one of the main reasons that the colors are what they are. And that's why the blues are wild, because blue is not a foliage color.
Okay. So I'm going to put this with this. And let's get Proven here. Move this here. Then no. That's not what I wanted.
I'm not.
Girl's thinking hard. I can tell.
I'm not. I'm not concerned, but we haven't had a backer this hour since.
This here.
Done.
Alrighty.
They got their finger on the button.
Yeah, that's right.
I'm attacking you,
This
Patrick.
is just. Oh, you are.
Yeah.
Oh, very good. I welcome this.
As well.
I welcome this change of pace.
Alright. Get me out of here. We have a 3 and a 2. And I do.
So you do one to me and I do one to you?
Yeah, but I also inflict an extra one to you.
Oh, okay. Very well. Fucking good. I'll throw out a hammer and a hammer.
Alright. So that gets me that.
Okay, Cole, turn off your microphone.
Oh yeah. Okay, sorry. I was priming.
Alright. And because I didn't plan that up properly, I go into turmoil again.
Go read the questions.
I'll answer this one. Meeples Weekly asked about have we considered color blindness? We've really tried in all cases to add icons everywhere we can, because between the 4 and now 5 playable options and also the 4 suits, we're kind of out of colors to use. We can't really avoid using blue, for example, because we need 9 colors minimum to use. So we've really tried to add icons everywhere so you can see. Like for me, at a glance, I'm not colorblind, so I can see which clearings are bunny clearings because they're all yellow. But also, all of those clearings are labeled with a bunny icon. And the same thing goes for the meeples. Some of those colors might be difficult for people to distinguish, but they all have distinct shapes and will have distinct faces, so you will be able to tell them apart that way too.
Is it Carol's turn? Is it
Yeah,
Woodland
I'm
Alliance
done.
time?
Yep, I'm done.
Okay. I think the Woodland Alliance is going to make their play this turn, but who knows?
So just to like pull back the curtain a half bit. I'm at a point where I could actually make a run for victory points, or I could do something really absurd. And both of them are tempting, except there are lots of cats on the board.
Do whatever doesn't take away the cats.
Carol, which leader did you pick?
Which room would I pick?
Okay, you're the desperate. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So everything is scary right now. All right, we're going to do some recruiting.
You have a friend in Roger.
Well, you're not low enough in victory points for me to be a true friend. Oh, I spent the wrong number. So this guy is being recruited here. And there are no other place. Oh, there's a place. I rule this strange little bunny clearing in the middle so I can put my last stronghold there, which I will do. And that gives me, let's look at this, my stronghold. So I have 1 mouse, 2 fox, 1 bunny. So I'm just going to take a quick look at my crafting. Nothing too hot. Okay. I'll go ahead and craft an anvil. Now, I think all the anvils are currently in play. Is that right?
That is correct.
Okay, cool. So then I'll just get the 4 victory points for that.
I'm eating Cheetos, so I'm mercifully muting my microphone.
And I'm going to spend this for a bunny clearing, for a bunny supporter, and then the bunnies are going to do little eyes and little ears. So yeah, there was a 3rd bunny supporter added, and now all 3 are being removed. I realize it only shows 2. That's 3 more points. Okay. And I'm going to also do a visit to friends here. So that's an additional point. And then I have a movement that allows me to take. And let's see. So in this one, there are 5, 6. My movement options are pretty limited here, but I can move this lone warrior deeper into cat country, which is where he's going. And then I'm going to I'm going to discard this card. My player is kind of a mess right now. I'm going to discard that card, just get another bunny. Supporter. Okay, that's the end of my turn. I get a supporter in each nation.
Patrick, put down the Cheetos.
It's funny because I was narrating my turn already.
I was gonna say,
I did something.
Wipe
I
off
did
your
something dumb.
hands and grab your cards. Yeah.
I did something dumb last turn. I damaged my hammers, and I need them. I forgot Root T is. I'm putting that card up. Root T is 2 bunnies, so I'm not going to be able to get the extra action from it, which would I kind of been craving some action economy this whole game, and haven't been getting it. So that's going to hurt me. Not going to lie. I could skip a turn fixing it, but I'm not too excited about skipping a turn at this moment in the game since we're so close. All right. Boy, Cole, you made it really tempting to betray you. I just so hard not to want to hurt you more. And Kyle's all spread out. Boy, oh boy. All right. I'm gonna slip to here. I will use 2 movement getting to here. And
Hello, friend.
hello. No, we're not friends anymore.
Would you like some of this delicious wood?
And I'm gonna attack my friend, who I've already attacked, so this isn't that big of a betrayal. So I inflict 2 hits, 3 hits, just 2, and he does 2 back to me, which hurts. I'll spend my armors to ignore it.
Okay, so I'm going to lose 1 guy, and then I'm going to save the other guy by discarding a card. And then do you need a separate action to destroy a building? Because you did 3 hits and I lost 2 guys.
I only have 2 swords, so I needed 2 hits.
Okay.
No, Cole, can I attack the buildings, or do I need swords to do that also?
You can. Let me think about this. I believe you can attack buildings.
Okay, I'm gonna spend an action.
Late night on the fly ruling. So
I'm gonna spend an action to destroy both these buildings. Sorry, dude. Which takes out Royal Decree, I believe.
No, because I already bought it. It just means I don't get to cash it in for clearing. Oh, it's because I lose buildings, I lose that card. Okay. Bom, 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 bom.
I'm sorry. I feel really bad.
No, it's okay, because now I'm glad, because for demo purposes, now I understand what the heck you guys were talking about when you were like, no, then you would lose it. Now I understand.
But I'm going to spend 2 movement to run back.
I'm still going to win, so.
It is true, you are still going to win. Oh, and on the way by, I'm going to give Cole 2 cards, because I like him. Cole, can you make me royal the T? No, you can't.
Oh, I'm so
You're
dumb.
useless as a crafter. I'm going to give you this card.
Hey, I forgot I had something, but
Yeah.
Now I'm upset.
And this card. Okay. So that makes me 1 step friendlier with Cole, and I get 2 more points for that also. And then I'll flee to here. Okay, that's the end of my turn. Back to Cheetos.
Back to Cheetos. Okay. So does that wood go away that's just there by itself, or do I still have access to that?
So you can only.
Yeah,
so it's still there. You can only move wood through a network of clearings that you rule. So you need to spend a movement to get a guy over there, and then you could use it to build.
All right, that is actually a good plan. So I'm going to move these guys over here, and then I am going to, let's see, I'm going to build a couple things actually.
If you're tuning in late, this isn't the typical length of a game. We're fighting the, Tabletop Simulator is a little bit slow, and 2 people are learning the game.
Okay, so I'm going to spend 4 wood. I'm going to build another crafting workshop operation and another sawmill here. Let's see. Thank you for turning that around for me. And then I have, let's see. So that was move, build, build. And I am not going to craft anything else. So now it's just income time. So tell me what you need. I get 2.
2.
2.
I get 4.
What? Why do you get 4? Because you have unlocked all your potential with strongholds.
Yeah, I am as rich as I will ever get.
Okay. All right, I am done.
Right. So
We may have zapped Carol too hard because we have nothing to fight the Alliance now.
all right, so let's get some.
But we were having fun at the time.
Here. Oh yes, of course. All right, so that would let me recruit and build a fox and a mouse clear. This. All right. That down here. This here.
Oh, I forgot to give myself
whatever
victory.
right.
I got 5 more last turn.
Movement. And now.
Cole, FYI, there's a comment on the print and play update for you.
All right, I'm done. And I get 4 points.
Hi, Nerfenstein. Welcome.
Oh, I know Nerfenstein. Hello.
Okay. So I now have a very large hand of cards, which is normally not that big of a deal. Carol, did you get your victory points?
She did.
Yeah, she got 4. Yep.
So I now have a very large hand of cards. And Tabletop Simulator is really enjoying having this giant hand of cards. Okay, so beginning of my turn, because I'm pretty outraged, I get 2 more cards. Now, the thing is, a hand that's big is ridiculous. The thing that is important is that I can convert these cards into supporters, which is what I'm about to do. So, I'm going to start by getting 1 mouse, 2 mice, 3 mice, spending a bird card.
I have a feeling we're about to see the last turn.
Mouse. So I now have 6 mice, and my mice are going to execute the Control Council card, which is 6 VPs. So again, I'm only doing 3. That's because I'm counting here. So that's 6. So there's 24. Then I am going to spend this. Ooh, no, I want to spend this one. Spend another bird card. Ooh, just one. Just not both. Oh, there it is. Okay, spending another bird card for a fox. So I have a total of 3 foxes, all of which I am now spending to play this card for another 3. 1, 2, 3.
So, I thought you guys were just saying Nerfenstein for fun. Apparently, there's someone named Nerfenstein.
There's some Nerf gods. It's crazy.
Okay, and then lastly, I have. Let me look at where my crafters are.
I want you to know, Cole, I almost bought that victory card, Coalition Victory, but I didn't have a mouse card.
I was going to buy it earlier and attach myself to Patrick's wagon, but I couldn't do it. So, and this is actually like, I have been holding on to the military victory card this entire game, and even though it hasn't gotten played, it has exerted a powerful influence on the way I've been playing this game. So I'm going to play this to craft a boot, and then I'm going to play...
Did we lose the stream, Patrick? It's just showing your icon. There we go.
Okay, cool. And then I'm going to craft this to build a knapsack.
Hey,
so
you're looking
that
at my hand again.
is 4 more points for my crafting, and I'll update those items here in a bit. 31. Okay, I am not quite done yet. I have a bake sale.
Yep.
I'm tied with Patrick now, but I can go no farther. Patrick, I'm turning it over to you.
Cool. Well, I think I win this turn, right?
We'll see.
Really?
Yeah, I just have to damage 2 things and give you a bunch of cards. Give you my hand, basically. Mm-mm. So that'll be 3 points if I ally with you, right? And then 2 points for each card after that. So that's 4 cards will get me 7 points. And then I just
Sure.
need to pick up a point
Sure.
from the board.
Who are you allying with?
With green, the only player I can ally with. Is that right, Cole? Am I reading this
Yeah,
correctly?
you are totally reading it correctly.
And then I'll just burn down your stronghold for 8 points.
I
Here's a
love
gift
it.
from me, and now you die.
You did a very good job, like leading, like riding every single power wave. Like I'm like the charismatic leader of the cats, and you betray them. When you like rode along me as I rose up, and then
So no one's noticing at home, but I'm actually lifting my arms in the air in Fiero. So if it had a camera, you could see it.
so
Okay. So you just got 8 points.
I
Yeah.
got more than that. It'd have been. I think I could have pulled together 9 or 11.
yeah.
Okay.
His last little jump.
Congrats,
So
Patrick.
yeah, good work, Patrick.
Yeah.
Can I say a couple of quick things?
Yeah.
So a spread like this is not uncommon. Like usually the players will kind of gather in the low 30s and then there'll be like a jump to the end. One weird thing that happened because the Eerie, and this isn't weird so much as like the game is so interactive that if the players are pushing on like the Eerie in this instance, it did this funny thing where there wasn't a counterbalance. So like I was having this problem where if you would have ever left with your army, Kyle, and just gone over to fight a strong Eerie, I could have snatched the keep and won the game. But because the Eerie was so weak, you could afford to keep your army at home.
Right, and I kept just enough there that it made movement difficult.
Yeah, and my action potential took a long time to get to the point where I could act. The last thing I want to say is there's a note in the printing play about this, which is just to say that though we've been having a lot of fun with the game, like it's still very much in development, and we're just starting primary balancing. So right now, you may think, oh, the Woodland Alliance, they're so imbalanced. Well, that's true to a certain degree, and we're working on it. So, but as you can see, like I got very close to pulling it out anyway. I would say right now the balance of the game is like a little favoring the Vagabond and the Eerie, but that's something that we argue about a lot at the office.
And what I'll say, and I talked about this in Ludology last week or a couple weeks ago, was the methodology for designing an asymmetric game involves you having to get the flow down correct and the transparency to the other player's turn, because balance doesn't really matter if you can't predict what the other players are going to do. And due to asymmetry, you have to be able to tell what the other players are going to be doing. Like after a few turns, you have to know be able to gauge what the other players are going to do with their turns, or have some guess or some way to anticipate what they're going to do with their turns. So, strangely, balance is the last step you work on, which is kind of counterintuitive or different than most game design. You want to work on, obviously there's some balance in play. We did all end up with relatively close points, but yeah, you do need to work on that transparency and flow before you can work on balance. Because if you work on balance first and then you have to fix flow later, you're just going to end up rebalancing the game. Something I learned in the first 4 months working on Vast. It was kind of miserable. So,
and before we offered the kit, we kind of made sure that all the different factions were winnable.
Yeah, I felt pretty confident about playing Marquise de Cat, especially this being my first full game that I played. So I felt like I was in the running, and and I'll only get better. You watch out next time.
That's true.
and maybe I shouldn't have played the Vagabond because I'm getting good with him. Well, thanks everybody. I hope you had a good evening.
Yeah.
Thanks for joining us. Bye.
Bye, guys.
Take a screenshot of the board before I go.
Hold on, let me reverse the pieces.
Oh yeah, I'll actually stay on for questions if anybody else has any more questions.
That's true, yeah.
I'll keep watching the YouTube. So, but I will take a screenshot here and record my win for Twitter. Where's the green piece here? There we go. All right.
I'm happy to hang out for just a few minutes. Too.
Yeah, no problem. It's pretty late, so I understand if you need to go. Are you gonna drive in tomorrow?
I gotta pick up my mom for the airport. I didn't. I'll probably be like a little late.
Okay.
But I can give you a ride if you want.
Yeah, that'd be great. Just give me a time so I know what time to sleep into.
Like 10.
That sounds good. I need to get sleep. This cold is killing me. Oh yeah. Yes, you may. To Kyle.
Where here? Did you send a link to on Slack to the questions if there are any?
Goodbye, cards.
All right, so looks like in the chat, are we gonna have a link to the public print and play now?
Yep.
Yeah, it's up.
Okay.
It's up.
It's
there
up
was
there?
an
Okay.
there was an update today in the Kickstarter. I can definitely go out and grab it for you and
Sure. Like after the stream and everything, we could put it in the description. So if anyone's
I
watching,
can do that too. But I can also put it in the chat right now.
Okay, great. Because I just
have
told
that power.
Nervenstein and everyone that the print and
I
play
actually
is
closed a lot of
available.
windows right before I came over, so let's see if I can find it.
Okay, and Ray is asking, any idea on how much of the game you'll play as a demo at PAX? Just enough to learn? So basically, like a round, half a game?
Yeah, so probably how we'll structure it, and this is up to Clay, and I haven't talked to him too much about scheduling. I also have to, I'm showing off Vast, the Mysterious Manor, if I can have a little bit of time to work on the prototype, which was playable at Gen Con, so I'm just fixing a couple of issues. So we have two tables. We have our main demo hall, which we'll be doing, or the main exhibit hall, which we'll be doing like just short demos with Clayton. And then if people want to, we have a space out in the main area or in the play area, and I'll be running full games out there. And then, I personally will be at the Kickstarter booth from 4 to 6 each day, just discussing Vast and showing off Root each day. I'll be busy.
To say the least.
To say the least. Yeah, it's a little crazy to be on the road for 4 days during the end of a Kickstarter, but here we are.
Yep.
That link is coming. I'm working on it right now.
Yeah, no worries. We'll put it in the description anyway.
Yeah. Hold on. Okay. Otherwise, I was planning on playing another game tonight, but I think it's too late for me. Mostly because I have had a cold. But I will tomorrow, if you're from Minneapolis, we would like to play a game in the studio tomorrow, and Clayton, one of our guys, is going to be out tomorrow. So I wouldn't mind if we brought someone in from the community tomorrow afternoon. I will be at the Gaming Goat in St. Paul, Minnesota on Grand Avenue from noon to about 4, maybe 6, depending on how much traffic we get, running full games all day. Cold, I tell you I was doing that.
Wait, did you say that was Friday or Saturday?
That's Saturday afternoon.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
But if someone wants to join us in the studio, I'll be happy to play a full game tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm always happy to play a full game. My plan on BGG at BGG Con is to probably be teaching the game Thursday night, and then I'm sure I'm hoping to have taught enough people by that point that there will be a copy floating around that people can teach to each other. We'll see if such a dream scenario occurs. All right. Well, I think I'm going to call.
Oh no! Yeah. I'll be ending around 4 to 6. Sorry about that. Yeah.
Okay.
Somewhere in that time. Yeah. Go ahead, everybody. Disperse. Feel free. I'll stay on and answer questions.
Sweet.
Have a good night.
All right. Have a good night. All right, it's 1 o'clock for me, Patrick. I'm gonna head out too.
All right. Have a good night, Toronto.
All right, have a good night. 1 hour behind. I don't know what time zone it's called, but
Central.
yeah, Central. Okay. All right. Good night, Central.
You East Coasters.
I only know the East and the West.
That's right.
All right. Bye.
Right. All right. Well, if there's no more questions, I am gonna go sleep. Thanks for stopping by. Have a good night. Oh, boy, I'm talking Imagine 6x6. We're in the metro area. I could meet at a game store if you want. I'd be comfortable doing that. Yeah, just go ahead and ping me. My Twitter is open for direct messages or get me on the Kickstarter. All right. Good night.